What's up, metal and heavy music fans? Today we have a review of Underoath and their new album Voyeurist via Fearless Records. Voyeurist is the 9th studio album from this classic era metalcore band, and while I loved their 2000s era music and consider some of them to be my most re-listened albums in the genre, I was pretty lukewarm on 2018's Erase Me, which left me a little apprehensive going into this new one. Fortunately, the first single, Damn Excuses, really got me excited again. I love this song, and it's just such an explosive opener for the album, one that would have been right at home on Define the Great Line or Lost in the Sound of Separation. It just sounds so pissed, from the harsh snarls to the more frantic scream singing, and does a good job of setting up the overall dark tone of the album overall. Other aggressive tracks in a similar vein include Thorn, which aside from its punishing beats, delivers on dynamic range with softer moments for further contrast and also more of those classic electronic flourishes, with the outro even having some mild Nine Inch Nails vibes. We're All Gonna Die, true to its blunt title, is just right up in your face with its downright nihilistic lyrics and no-nonsense vocal delivery.
Not Connie, these men are nihilists, there's nothing to be afraid of.
But despite its overt negativity, still manages to be incredibly anthemic and impossible to not scream along to. And then of course there's also Cycle, which combines the new and old schools with a feature from Ghostmain. The intro on this one is among the heaviest things I think Underoath have written to date, and it's a banger through and through while also managing to be very atmospheric at the same time thanks to the dense layers of synth and backing vocals. Incredibly captivating and easily among my favorites. On the flip side, Underoath have always been a band that like to play with a number of different styles on their albums, and Voyeurist is no different in this respect. I'm pretty sure I'm Out of Luck has more of a trance-like vibe and makes for a soothing break, that is before it all goes crazy again in its final third. Get used to a lot of that. No Oasis makes for an eerie refrain just over the halfway point, complemented by subtle piano and ambient elements. And Numb, despite having plenty of hard-hitting sections of its own, goes in on the electronic breaks and a more melancholy chorus with Gillespie's drums cascading like a waterfall against the rocks. Now, if there is one critique I have of the album, it's that I'm not fully sold on the opening and main vocal hook of Hallelujah. Like, I get the dramatic tone that they're going for, but it just ends up sounding like something corny that Imagine Dragons would do. It might have worked better with a full choir instead of this more electronic effects-focused approach, or a more interesting melody, infectious though it may be. Not bad, just needs improvement. But really, that aside, the phrase that most came to mind while listening to this album, Underoath is back, baby. I think Voyeurist is a massive improvement over the previous album, which I think suffered in terms of both production and also inconsistent songwriting, but this one ranks high for me even alongside some of their classics, thanks in part to its tight runtime as well. Turning to my scales, I give it a 9 for enjoyability. It's a fucking rager, which makes sense given that the band described the album as high-def violence. Even the seemingly unassuming dreamlike drift of Pneumonia ends with a serious bang to close the whole thing out with one of their most abrasive, harrowing moments to date. I give it a 9 for musicianship thanks to both strong performances and overall arrangement, and I give it an 8 for innovation. It's mostly a pretty typical metalcore album, but as always Underoath throw in just enough of a twist and creative ideas to warrant an extra point above the rest. So an 8.7 overall and a B+ for Underoath and Voyeurist. Let me know your favorite Underoath album in the comments. Check out this video for my rankings of their previous albums, or this video for more of my favorite metal albums out this week. But that'll do it for now. Flight of Icarus signing off. I will see you in the trenches.